finally a beautiful day, and today we are building a polytunnel.
Hi, I'm Shetland Chef and I live on Scotland's most northerly island. So last year I decided to challenge myself by trying to grow my own vegetables. See, the problem with that was I had zero gardening experience. Yet in spite of all these problems that I faced, I managed to grow all this. If you want to see how I did it, make sure to join me on my journey. So step 1 is clearing out the land. Let me stop this right here and tell you, I'm missing the most important part of building the polytunnel. And I'll find that out later. See, having a polytunnel in Shetland logically is not a great idea. Buses get cancelled, transport stops, the ferry that brings our food to the island stops. Literally, life comes to a standstill. See, what I would like is a polycrub, which is the Rolls Royce of a polytunnel that is made to withstand the gale force winds that hit our island. And there's a possibility this might happen to it. But all I can afford is this 89-pound polytunnel. But also, I have a walled garden, so, it might work out. It might not. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Yes, that is the whole polytunnel in that box. Instruction manual. Nuts and bolts. Looks pretty complicated. I literally stood there for like 10 minutes trying to make sense of it. So I just put it away. I'm sure I'll figure it out. And yes, I am as confused as I look in this video. Instruction number 1. This was literally step 1. Like, I couldn't make sense of it. I was like, what the... Well, you know what? Let's just start off. It actually said 120 minutes, which is 2 hours. It took me 30 minutes only to understand the first 3 steps. And I was still nowhere, even starting it. No chance I was doing it in 120 minutes. Maybe to read the instructions, yeah. Yep, that was my sign, and I've not even started building it. Who thought building a 85-pound plastic polytunnel is going to be complicated? Well, wasn't me. So I thought it might be a good idea putting one of those big plastic sheets and building it on top of that, and then just pulling it underneath it just so it stays all clean and stuff. I don't know what I was thinking. I just thought it'll be a much more neater way to do it. I'm kidding you not. By this time I was 2 hours in already, and I built like what, half a hoop. It was time to accept defeat and call for help. So basically, my partner was looking at the instructions and telling me what to do, because literally everything looked the same. It was not like building an IKEA furniture, where you can tell exactly which corner is what or which nut goes in what. They were literally all the same, with it was like spot the difference or something. See this? That's the moon, because it was 5 p.m. already. It had literally taken me all day. I still had to put the cover on top. At this point, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this part on my own. I'll figure it out. How hard can it be just pulling some plastic over a frame? Apparently, it was real hard. No, it didn't get magically done by itself. My partner came and helped me again. But at that very moment, the camera stopped. And I had to change the battery and come back again. Remember, I'd said the first step I'd done was wrong and I was missing a part. Well, apparently you have to dig a small trench and put those plasticky bits on the side inside it and cover it. That is to make it grounded so that my polytunnel doesn't fly into the neighbor's garden in gale force winds. When you come to think of it, it makes sense. So the last thing I need to do is pin them down. Actually put 100 pegs. And I thought that was it. I have made the polytunnel. That's it. It's done. Well, wait and see. See, the reason I wanted to get it done all in one day is because of this. There was gale force winds coming up that night. So you're wondering, why is there so many tapes on my polytunnel already? It's been like one day. Because last night there was gale force winds, and in a panic when I went outside, the whole thing was flapping about, shaking. I thought it was going to fly into the neighbor's garden or something. So I went, got some duct tape and just taped bits of it up that started tearing off. And that's day one. I'm not even sure it's going to last the whole of winter. So in an attempt to reinforce it, I'm going to put some heavy compost bags all around the sides to keep it in place. You can see I should have dug a deeper trench and compacted it properly, but I did a half-arsed job because I thought it'd be alright. And it was 6 in the evening, so I was knackered. So this time I'm going to redo the whole thing, compact the soil and make sure I do a good job of it. I can guarantee you there's a easier way to do it, but that's what happens when you do things with zero experience. It takes way longer and things are much more harder. And also, I don't even know if I have the right tools. To be honest, I think it seems more stabler than it was last night or yesterday. See, the other thing about buying a cheap polytunnel is cheap material, which have pointed corners. So it was tearing into my actual polytunnel sheath. So the solution to that is the duct tape. So I literally duct taped every pointed corner so that it doesn't tear into my polytunnel. There was one last bit left where you had to velcro the parts so the polytunnel sheets don't come off the frame. So that was the whole of the second day trying to fix the polytunnel as well. And to check and to make sure that it worked, I came out that night and it was still standing. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see how it goes with my kitchen garden, make sure to join me next Sunday.